morning guys. I'm planning on spending most of the day just getting work done so that I can get ready and start packing for a vacation that's coming up. For those who don't know me, my name is Andrew and I'm a remote software engineer working in big tech. And so the company that I work for is actually based out of San Francisco, but thankfully I don't have to work in San Francisco where it's kind of crazy. And so, but I also want to share with you guys, my thoughts about working remotely and share with you guys the feelings I've had after working for the past 3 years. I also want to show you guys what I've been working on and where I'm at with my personal project. Stay tuned for that. And so, yeah, let's get started. So a few days ago, I finished writing the implementation for the feature that we're trying to build. And so now it's time for me to write the unit tests and F tests. And I especially don't like writing F tests too much because it takes so much time and effort just to set up the environment and make sure you have everything that you need to ensure the feature works. But writing F tests has been part of the process ever since I joined like 3 years ago. And so I'm getting a little bit better at it, but it's still such a pain just to write functional tests. But yeah, I hope to finish this before stand-up so I can do some of the things that I would want to do and show you guys where I'm at with my car build and project that I'm working on. So I'm currently in progress on this too. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that I can get all that done before the end of the week. I'll try to get a review out tomorrow. Hopefully I can get checked in by Friday. So one thing that I do to feel less isolated while working from home is to go on daily walks. And so after being indoors for, hours, I think just going outside and going on a walk gives a nice, break from sitting at my desk and working. And this is what I do to help me feel less trapped, and just going outside makes me feel a little bit more present. So another thing I started doing to feel less isolated is to actually do work at a cafe. And it might sound counterintuitive because I get the opportunity to work from home and yet I still go to a cafe. But I think working at a cafe, I actually get a lot done and I feel a little bit more productive doing work at a cafe. It's also another change of scenery for me to, change up the schedule, be a part of like the cafe community. And so I think that's another way that helps me, diversify how I get work done. So another thing that I've been feeling lately is basically the monotony of just my day-to-day. My daily schedule is basically me getting up early in the morning to go work out, come back home and just work and then get off work, and that's about it. And I've been doing that same schedule for many years and there are some variations of it, but essentially I'm basically doing the same thing every day. And I feel like I'm just going through the motions every day since I kind of know what to expect every day. So to change things up, like I mentioned before, I've been doing work at cafes and that helps change the environment of where I do work. Another thing that I do to change things up is filming videos like these to show you guys the realities of working from home and being a remote engineer. But now I decided to take remote work to the next level. And for me, that meant to live and work out of my car and travel around the state of California. And so in future videos, I'll show you guys how that's going to be like. I bet it's going to be tough, but that'll be just another way for me to really change things up. And given the opportunity that I have right now to work remotely, I think it's a good time to do that at this current stage of my life. You can see here I have my Starlink and the microwave that I'm going to bring. as well as the Jackery for power, and my car fridge that will store most of my fresh food. So yeah, those are some of the major items that I'm gonna bring on my road trip that I'll really depend on. And if you guys haven't seen my car build, I'll show you guys quickly on how it looks like so far. Okay, so this is basically what I built. It's a wooden platform. I also created these doors here so I can open it up and add any items in here to have some more storage. And it's also on the other side as well. And so what's going to go here is the Jackery, and then the other side is going to be where the car fridge is going to be. And then I also took out the spare tires. So as you can see here, the spare tire is gone. Those are my solar panels to charge up the Jackery. So yeah, just another place to have storage and to put some more camping gear. So that's essentially the build out of my car. I didn't do too much to it. I just removed the back seats and the spare tire to basically build a way to have more storage. And in future videos, I'm excited to share with you guys, you know, the places where I go and just how it's like living and working remotely from my car. So that'll be an interesting experience, and I can't wait to document the journey. Okay, so here's the update on my personal project. It's basically a Pomodoro Chrome extension. I made some updates to the styling. As you can see here, there's a delete button on the right side, so you can click on it and it will delete the interval. I also added state management. So before, if you went to the login view and came back to the main view, it would reset and all your intervals that you created here would be gone. But now I have it so whenever you create intervals here and then you go to the login view and back to the main view, all your intervals here are saved. State management is pretty cool if you want to control how you want to save data on the client side so that it can be used throughout your application without having to go to the database to get all of that data. So this is how it's going to look like as a Chrome extension. The size of the window is based on the other Chrome extensions I have. So for example, this one and then this block sites one. But one thing that I noticed is that the font size is a lot bigger than the one that I have here. But that's something that I might want to change in the future. But for now, I think I want to work on the actual functionality and making sure the Pomodoro actually works. So I'm going to call it a day. Stay tuned for more videos on how I take remote work to the next level by working and living out of my car and traveling around the state of California, as well as the project, and see how it's going. So I do hope to launch the project soon. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.